Hi everyone, welcome back to our second live stream. I apologize we're a little late. We ran into a couple of technical difficulties. We love technology, but it does tend to get a little finicky sometimes. So, nevertheless, here we are. Tonight we are, I need to back up. I'm Ellie. I'm one of the interior designers at the lazboy store in Pineville. And I need to go ahead and introduce my producer over here.
Yeah, every now and then you may hear my voice. You won't see my face. We'll be focused on Ellie and her designs. My name is Sean, and I'm behind the scenes.
Absolutely. So we are so excited to be back with you tonight. We had so much fun doing this a couple of weeks ago. So we were ready to get going again. So here we are.
And also,
yes.
We're also going to remind people they can ask any questions about design, about their rooms, and you'll help them out, try to give as best design help as possible. And they can also email any photos they might have that they want to either show off or that may help their questions. And you can do that at falive@lzbse.com.
There we go. Yeah, I'd love to answer any questions that you have. So go ahead and put those down in the comments or shoot us an email. So, but tonight we are going to go over, maybe some kind of like I don't know how to word it, like just like a budgeting kind of topic. A lot of times people come in and they have a set budget that they've already discussed. And so we want to respect that. So tonight I've put together 3 different rooms. One that is right about 5,000, one that's about 10,000, and then one's at 15. So you'll be able to see kind of the more you're willing to spend, the more you're willing to kind of stretch that budget, the more complete of a room you can actually get. So if we're ready, we can go ahead and look at this. Okay. What did I do? Can you see that?
You can now. Yep.
Okay. All right. So this is our $5,000 room. $5,000 is a good starting point. It's going to allow you to get just your basics in there, the heavy hitters, the things that are going to make the most impact. So that's going to be your sofa love seat, or maybe even a small sectional, your rug and a table, and if you're lucky, an accent chair as well. And I think that that accent chair is a good way to start bringing in your color, your pattern, and start setting the tone for what you're going to build the room into. So you'll see here, I've got a picture of our sofa with some pillows. Always add in your pillows to bring in some extra pattern and color as well. I went with more of a monochromatic kind of color scheme here with this design. But that is not to say you can't, obviously do any color that you're wanting to. So we've got our sofa, we've got our accent chair, we've got our end table and a rug here. So that's our good starting point. That's our base that we're going to work off of. So moving from that.
Well, are we going to show them in the 3D planner though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and break into that first.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, we can do that.
And I'm going to remind everybody that this 3D planner is 100% free for anybody to use. You can design your own room and fill it with furniture so you can see what it looks like before even going to the store or even considering to purchase anything.
Yeah.
You can do this by going to lazboy.com and navigating to the 3D room planner.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, good. That's why Sean's here. Obviously for all of our technical things, but to keep me on track as well. So this is, can they see this? They can see my screen still?
Yes,
okay.
Yep.
All right. Just making sure we're all on the same page here. So this is going to be our room that we're working with. So what I have in here is our sofa and love seat, our accent chair, end tables, coffee table, and rug. So I'll just kind of put us down here kind of at eye level so you can see what we're working with. And then when we get a little further into like where our $10,000 and $15,000 budgets come in, you'll see that I've got artwork picked out, accessories picked out. So I've just kind of put some placeholders in this floor plan so that you can see what that looks like and how everything scales in together. So you'll see we've got our sofa facing the fireplace with the TV above it, love seat here, and then accent chair over in the corner. Pretty straightforward here. And then I did just do a small table over beside the accent chair, just so somebody has a place to set a drink down or, you know, what have you, whatever it is.
So this is the full.
Yeah, this would be like the full.
Did you want to start from scratch and show them? Because we're also showing how to use this program as well.
Oh yeah. Sure.
So let's go ahead and start from scratch. And,
Okay.
And let's build the first one, the $5,000 one
Yep.
first.
Okay.
And then add
Yeah.
the add-ons.
Perfect. All right. Let me go ahead and take some of this stuff out here, because you'll start to see how everything comes together here. So in the $5,000, I just have our. Oops, I don't want info. I just have our sofa, love seat, accent chair, rug, and one table. So this again is our basic starting point. But as you'll see here, it still fills the room. You're not gonna feel like anything's missing. I mean, you're obviously gonna be missing like your accessories and things like that, but it still will feel somewhat complete. So there is our $5,000 starting point here, minus the artwork. So very good place to start here. Do we want to go ahead and move into 10,000?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So
Okay.
what would that look like going from 5,000 to 10,000? Let's do that.
Okay. So here's our $5,000 room again. Here's our $10,000 room. So what I've added is another end table, coffee table, lamps, and some extra pillows. I added another pillow to the sofa and another pillow to the chair, kind of tying those patterns into one another and completing that look. So what I like about this is this feels a little bit more full, a little bit more complete, but we're not adding a whole ton of stuff. This can be your 3-month later add-on kind of aspect look here. So you're just adding another end table, coffee table, lamps, and some extra pillows. So
let's get back to the program.
Yeah.
Let's see how we'd add that and how it would come together.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so I'm going to add in our end table here.
Did you have that other end table there on the other side for the 5,000?
Yes.
So that just came with one
Yeah,
end table.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly, yeah. And
I wasn't paying attention. That's why I asked.
What was I going to say? The company that makes our 3D planner is constantly adding in new things all the time, which is really nice because it gives us more of this ability to really get down to what the room is really going to look like. So, and that's always nice. It's always fun because you can actually, walk through and see exactly what it's going to look like before you've committed to anything.
And of course, you're always updating your living space, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's never really complete. As things wear out, or you may realize it's missing something, or a new piece comes out, and you just got to have it. There's always something that you're going to keep adding to your room.
Exactly.
And that's the most annoying thing about having houses.
Yeah, you're always doing something. And sometimes too, you might have to get creative with finding a lamp that looks similar to what you have or what you want, so that you can really kind of start getting that completed look that you're going for. So I've added our extra end table, our coffee table, and our lamps. So I'll put us back down on the floor here. So now we have more of this kind of framed in symmetrical look with this on the sofa, which is nice. And then when we get to our next level budget, we'll start adding in the artwork and the accessories. But again, this is great, kind of second tier level. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to stop talking because I don't know what to say.
I don't know what you're saying either.
Okay, so another little look around the room here.
Now, is this the same room that you built in the last episode we did?
This is a different room.
This is a different room.
This is a different room, yes.
What'd you base this one off of? I know the last one was your own living room.
Well, yeah, last one was my living room. This one I just made it.
Okay. Well, you see enough rooms on a day-to-day basis.
Right, exactly. And this is something pretty standard too. Right. So nothing out of the box here. So you may be able to kind of like put yourself in this room too, and kind of see your space through this space. Okay.
So I did get an email.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get it pulled up. Go ahead and whatever you're doing, let me get it pulled up real quick.
Okay. Because I was going to go into the 15,000, so I want to answer this question first.
Okay, yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Sorry, I just, when they come through, it takes me a second to get them to the laptop.
Oh, okay. Well.
I should have waited to say something.
That's okay. That's all right. I'll just kind of keep moving us around this room also.
All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to transition over to the image.
Okay.
Oh, it froze on me. There we go. So that's what was sent to me. It's the hallway one.
Oh, an entryway.
The entryway.
Okay.
Thank you. And it says they have a dilemma for their entryway.
Okay.
The cat likes to sit up on looks like the table there.
Okay.
And watch the birds.
Okay.
But I think it seems like they're asking for advice.
Okay.
On what to put, because they want to replace that table. So with what you see there in that room,
mm-hmm.
and knowing that the bird wants to be, or the cat wants to be on that table looking
mm-hmm.
at the birds, how would you design this room? What would you add to this room?
Yeah. So yes, I did see this picture. So I would first start out with painting the walls or adding some sort of a visual interest to the walls. You can add like a chair rail or board and batten accent. Something to take away from the white plain walls. That would be my first suggestion. Next would be to add some sort of like a colorful rug or runner down the middle, bringing in whatever accents that you used for the wall color, whatever you decided to do there. And then I would also maybe change the table out for something that's not as wide. In that picture, it looked like it was a wide table, maybe taking up a little bit of the foyer space. You can get something that's a little bit narrower that the cat can still sit up on and watch the birds. So I think that would be my suggestions for that.
What would you think about a runner over that wood there? Looks a little worn.
Mm-hmm.
So a little runner rug. Did you mention that?
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Yes, I did.
I'm clearly not listening.
He's
to
really
you.
not paying attention.
Not paying attention. Okay. So
yes, add some sort of
me.
right. Add some sort of runner, some sort of rug. It also too gives you a good space to wipe your feet off on and that kind of thing.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna transition back then. These transitions are taking forever. I don't know if I might still be having difficulties. Yeah, okay, we're back.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and let's see that $15,000 room. What does that look like?
So that was, so here's again our $10,000 room, just to show you kind of a transition as I flip the slide over. Here's our $15,000 room. So now you see we've added in all the accessories. I switched out the coffee table for a leather ottoman. I always like adding in some element of leather somewhere, but it's not always the budget-friendly thing to do. So switch that out for a leather ottoman, kept our same tables, same rug, all of that, and added in artwork, accessories, a small table over to the side of the accent chair as well, and really started to make this finished look with adding in those accessories on the end table, on the ottoman, on the chair by the on the table by the side chair. So you start to see how it does complete the room, especially too with that artwork. We're kind of sticking in this monochromatic color scheme with pops of gold in the accents in your accessories and things like that. So,
all right, and let's see how they can add that into the 3D planner. Let's see in 3D. I'm gonna pause real quick because I gotta fix something. Better. Okay.
Okay.
The screen capture was off by a little bit, so we're getting a double image.
So okay.
I was just fixing that.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the coffee table. Let's say maybe we move it to a different room, maybe upstairs or something like that. And start adding in all of our accessories and the new fun things that we just saw on the last slide. So the ottoman that I put in is the Corey ottoman. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And let's get that in leather. Okay. And then let's add in our accent table by the chair. So you'll see too, there's tons of other options as far as adding in, side tables and small accent tables. There's a ton of things in this program, so you can really spend a whole lot of time and get really lost in all of the options, which is a good thing or a bad thing. So
I know I have.
Yeah.
Like I said in the last episode, I've designed my entire living room.
That's awesome.
Just to see how it would look to add what do you call those bookcases that fill up the wall?
Like a built-in book?
Yeah, built-in bookcase. I wanted to see what that would look like in my living room. And it's something I definitely decided to do.
Yeah.
So this program helped me do that just by adding the dimensions, and you can build blocks, like geometric blocks. So if there's something in here that we don't have, or maybe you wanted to get from another company, but it's a lazboy 3D program, so it may not have that. You can still build the geometric, geometric shapes that would still fill that room. And you still get a general idea of what it looks like.
Exactly. And sometimes too, that it ends up taking a lot of the guesswork out of it, because you already know, like, oh, I need a table that's 24 by 26 or whatever the dimensions may be. It takes a lot of that buying and returning and all of that, like, frantic just looking for things, which I think is really nice, because I hate feeling that, like, panicky kind of what am I going to do feeling.
One thing I struggle with a lot is, in my head, I think I can see it and it matches up, right? But it doesn't.
Right.
And perfect example for that is I have the Aspen Sectional, and I originally bought a 4-piece. And I ended up adding an extra piece to that, thinking it was going to fit fine. There's really only one way, maybe 2 ways it would fit into that room. And I really wish I knew about this program beforehand. So I'm going to blame you for that, because I knew you before about
I'll take the blame.
Yeah. So if you had just told me, hey, maybe you should measure that out in the 3D program, maybe I would have just stuck with just the 4-piece.
Well, I sincerely apologize, and I hope we can still be friends.
I don't know about that. I probably still would have gotten the 5-piece.
Yeah, right. Yeah, probably. Okay, so as you can see here, we've switched out the ottoman, or the coffee table for the ottoman, added in our side table, and then I've put in a couple of accessories, just placeholders for the accessories that I'd put in the presentation or in the design board. So you'll see now we've really got this finished, completed space. There is nothing left to be done here. Every table has accessories. Your ottoman has accessories. You've got artwork and everything like that. So
can you take me through the pieces that you used here?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I don't know if we went over that.
Yeah.
I don't know what is in here. What sofas and love seat did you use here?
Okay, so I used the Collins sofa and love seat, the Corey ottoman, and the Roxy swivel chair. Those are some of my personal favorite pieces, so that's why I started with those, just to kind of show you what, get you a good base of furniture in there. And obviously that's all going to be super individualized because I love the Collins, but you may not. It may not be as comfortable to you as it is to me. So, yeah, those are the pieces I use. Collins, Corey ottoman, and Roxy swivel chair.
Okay. And where are the end tables from?
The end tables are Kincaid. They are, which is owned by lazboy. They are part of the Plank Road collection, which is a beautiful two-tone kind of look here. You can get it in the two-tone look, or you can get it in all of the lighter brown finish as well. So you can really get this cool like mix and match look. I've done that several times where we'll do the two-tone in the living room and then just the all one color in the dining room, so that everything flows but it doesn't look like you've just copied and pasted from one room to the other. That's that.
So the next thing we're gonna do is pretty new. So first of all, I'm gonna have you go through those 3 stages again and build a new one from scratch. So
Okay.
let's start with the 5, then move on to the 10, and then the 15 with a different set.
Okay.
That's something you're able to do?
Sure.
All right, but before we do
Absolutely.
that,
Okay.
we're gonna go into this new segment that I'm pretty excited about. We just thought of this.
Yes.
And it's the furniture spotlight.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about either a new piece of furniture that we got in, or just something that's popular, trendy, and something that we want to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and transition into that before you get into those.
Okay.
All right. So I got the video playing now. So
Perfect.
tell us about this sofa that is relatively new to lazboy.
Yeah, so this is the Clio. It is a really versatile look, as well as it's got several different options for you as far as pieces. So you've got I'm gonna refer to my notes so I don't mess this up, but you've got a sofa and a love seat. You've got a stationary chair. You've got a swivel chair, and you have, which I'm especially excited about, you have a chaise, a standalone chaise with 2 arms with storage on the inside. And who doesn't need extra storage at all times? I personally do.
That's something somebody in one of our stores recently showed to me on, I think, the Paxton. I did not know that pops up in that giant chaise that it has.
So
It's something I wish the Aspen had.
I know. If only. It's a great place to roll up your blankets and put in there. If you can store books or games, things like that can all fit in there really nicely. So I'm especially excited about that piece because I always need the extra storage. And it's a cool look. It can be dressed up or it can be made to look more casual, which is always nice because it then becomes this piece that you can keep for a long time, and it can transition with you from one house to the other or one room to the other and take on a completely different look depending on what you put with it.
Jen just asked a question.
Okay.
It's actually something I was wondering myself. The back cushions on the Clio, is that attached or is that loose? Is that one part?
Those are most likely attached. I don't know, but I can do some research and we can get back a clearer answer. But I would assume that they're attached. Sorry, I don't know the exact answer.
Okay. It is new.
It is new.
Now on this, what kind of style would you say that this sofa is?
I would say this leans a little bit more contemporary or maybe a little bit more transitional. It's not traditional, it's not modern. I'd say it would probably fit those styles terms the best. because it can take on maybe a more traditional look or a more casual look or your more modern look, and change depending on what accent pieces you put with it.
And it can definitely have those traditional features to it, because you see on the fabric it has the
Welting. Welt.
Not the welt. What do you call those?
Tufting.
The tufting. Yes.
Or the nail heads. Nail heads. There we go. Nail heads. Yes.
That's why I'm not a designer.
Yes.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
And that's something that I noticed on this as well is the way the armrest is. It's got that.
It's got kind of like a swooped effect to
Exactly
it.
how I was going to describe it. A little swoop there. And
Yeah, I don't know if that's a technical term for it, but hey, it sounds good,
probably
right?
is not. But that's not something you see. Maybe I saw it once on another sofa that we have. But that's not something you generally see. And
Right.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, it is, and it's definitely a different look than a lot of other things that we have. So that's always nice to get something that's a bit different. Fits a different, client, a different look that somebody can be going for.
I am curious to find out whether these cushions are removable now, because I think that if I was going to put money on it, I would say that they probably are removable. That's what that would be mine. So I'm going to find that out while you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
I apologize.
That's fine. This is why we do it. It's a new piece.
Exactly. We learn together
do you
about
have it in
it.
your Pineville store yet?
I do not.
You don't. Okay, so
Yeah. I mean, this is fresh. It's brand new. So.
Go ahead and transition back to your program.
Okay. So we want to do a whole other kind of.
Yeah, so let's see
here.
what it looks like to start from scratch.
Okay.
We got an empty room.
Yeah.
And what does, $5,000 look like from empty to
Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to keep the same floor plan if is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And I'll just go ahead and get rid of everything in here. And we will start from scratch. I'm going to change this up. I'm going to move the fireplace to the other side.
That wasn't in the rules, Ellie.
Well, I have never been one for rules. So we are going to change this up. So now we have somewhat of a different room, something different to work off of.
And also, I want to, before I forget, I want to thank Jen for her question.
Yeah.
And remind everybody else, if you have any questions, this is part of the reason why we're doing this as well. It's so you can see how the program works and be a little entertained by us.
Yeah.
But also, if you have any questions, this is free advice. This is free interior design advice.
Yeah,
advice.
which is expensive in the real world.
So
here we are for free.
Yeah,
Don't let this opportunity pass you.
Absolutely. So don't be afraid to ask any questions. Just shoot them our way, and I'll ask them to Ellie, and she'll answer them the best she can.
Yes. So I'm thinking we're gonna go sectional in this scenario.
That's a really great one, actually, because sectionals are expensive.
They are, and they can be kind of tricky too. And I think a lot of people have this idea of like, oh, I have to have everything right now, but there really is. You can slow it down. You can piece things in a way that doesn't, make you go crazy. So I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I'm going to use the Bexley. I don't use that frame very often. So that's what we're going to go with. So I'm going to just start building our sectional here in something that would cost about a little bit under, so we can add some accessories to it, maybe a rug and maybe a table or two.
And this is all, it's relatively priced too, because it all depends on the fabric, the cover you put on.
Exactly. Yeah, the fabric that you choose does end up making a difference. So
and that's something we get a lot on
online.
YouTube and social media in general. People don't realize that prices vary, and it's very difficult to give a price because it really matters on the cover and any upgrades you might put it on. So lazboy can be anywhere from really, really affordable to top end. And while I'm talking, I'm going to go ahead and give our answer, because I found out our answer on the Clio. So hold on.
Should we put a bet on it first?
Well,
if I was right. Oh, you already know the answer. That's dumb.
So I'm going to take the bet. Hold on. Let me transition back to our spotlight. So So here's the Clio again. So to answer Jen's question, where did it go? The clean lines of the chambered blown fiber loose backs and loose T-seats are balanced by the elegant curves of the sturdy track arms. Loose back and loose T-seats.
Darn.
That means
I lost.
I was right. They are removable, those cushions.
Write this day down in history, though.
Well,
Because he didn't start out really well. He wasn't listening to me at all, and now he gets one question right, and he thinks he's the all-star.
Look, after all these years, I know my products when it comes to Lazy Boy. So I'm going to go ahead and transition back.
Okay, perfect.
And I always say that, let you know that I'm transitioning just because there's a small gap in
Oh, okay.
audio.
Oh,
when we
gotcha.
Transition.
Gotcha.
Just to let you know.
Okay.
So go ahead and let's see what this Bexley sectional is going to look like.
Okay, so what I have is just a smaller size sectional. So we've got a love seat here, a square corner, because I think it fits the corner of the room a little bit better, and another love seat on this side. To fit the $5,000 budget, I hate that word, but to fit that price range, let's say, I'm going to start off with a smaller sectional, and we can always build on. We can always add in extra pieces. So I'm going to start off here, smaller sectional. I am going to go ahead and add in a accent chair on the corner here. So this is just going to be a stationary, just your simple, easy accent chair there in the corner.
You know, you make a really good point with the sectional. It is a really great place to start when you're on a budget too, because you can, like you said, always add to it.
Absolutely.
Even a year, 2 years down the road, you can just add that individual piece to it, because every Lazy Boy sectional is modular.
Yeah, exactly. And you can add pieces and, you know, take them away if you want to. And a lot of times too, like with people moving and they bought the sectional that fits, you know, the living room that they're in house A, and then they move to house B and the sectional doesn't always work. It is nice that you have the ability to take pieces out and you can, you know, move them to a different room. I've had customers in the past who would take a armless middle out and put it in a different room and just put a throw on it, and now it just looks like a chair. So
I never even thought of that.
you can get creative with this stuff.
But that's actually the reason why I bought sectional too, because I hate moving. I don't plan to move from my house.
Yeah, anytime
soon. But if I do, you know, it is easy to move just one piece by piece
Exactly.
than an entire sofa.
Exactly. So in this floor plan now, I've got our sectional, our accent chair, rug, and our end table. So this is going to be just about your $5,000 starting out point here.
Let's see what that looks like in 3D.
Yeah, let's do it.
My favorite part of this whole program.
I know. It just brings it to life, right? I mean, it puts you in, and I love when I can, like, you know, sometimes a customer will have a tight walkway, and I want to be able to show them like exactly what it's going to look like to walk between their kitchen island and the back of their sofa, so they can really get that idea of what that's going to be.
It looks very clean.
Yeah. So again, our nice starting out point here.
What rug is that?
You know, it's just a random one they've put in our floor plan, but it's an 8x11, so it's just a nice placeholder. And I use this one a lot because it does have some nice color to it. It doesn't look like drab and, you know,
When it's not
like
busy.
it doesn't have any style. Right, exactly. So you can really go anywhere you want to with your accent chair, your ottoman if you decide to go that route. So
All right, so let's move on to
Yeah.
the 10,000.
okay, perfect.
So we're at 5,000 with was that 4-piece sectional? Or was that 5?
This is 3.
That's a 3-piece. So,
1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Yeah, so a 3-piece sectional, 1 end table, and a standalone chair.
Yeah.
Did you include the rug in that, or is that rug?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
the rug.
In the rug.
So for 5,000 more, what do we add to this room?
Okay. So I think first place to start is I'm going to add another piece to the sectional. Just one armless middle here in between these two pieces.
Ellie,
Yes.
we got another email.
Yes.
Yes, we do. This one is from Tasha.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and transfer over.
Okay.
It's a two-parter, actually, so I'm going to have two slides for you.
Okay.
So I'm transitioning now. All right. So the question says, my son is happy with his dorm room, but I think it needs to be more cozy. So this is a mom.
I love it.
She clearly wants her son to be comfortable in college.
She's trying to style him up a little
That's
bit.
right. What can I do on a limited budget? So obviously someone's paying attention to what we are talking about.
Yeah,
today.
love it.
So here's the photo, and it looks like, you know, he's just got a bed and TV and maybe some desk. Here's the second photo. Let me transition to that. And he's got a, oh, come on, transition. There we go. So a nice blank wall next to his, what looks like a clothes dresser, with a desk and a swivel chair. So how would you, while on a budget, make this a cozier room?
Yeah. So dorm rooms. Oh, wow.
Takes you back.
Yes, well, it really does, because a dorm room can feel really cold. It can feel like this box with white walls and tile floors, which can feel really cold and uninviting.
And the space constraints.
Right, exactly. You only have so many things you can put in there. Although my freshman year of college, we packed a lot of stuff in our dorm room. It was amazing. My roommate brought a U-Haul.
Okay.
She brought a U-Haul on move-in day. And I was like, oh, I thought I had a lot of stuff. Anyway, moving on. So you've got these constraints on what you can put in there. So I think that the first thing that I would do is add a rug. I think that's going to help make it feel a little bit more cozy, more homey, warm it up a little bit.
I didn't even notice that's tile. I thought that was rug.
No. No.
Good catch.
Yes. So that's going to make it feel a lot warmer in there. That would be my first go-to. And then you can always add some art on the walls. Throw some color up there. It doesn't have to be anything expensive either. I mean, you can get posters and, put those up. It doesn't have to be expensive at all. And
family photos. She is the mom.
yes,
right?
Family pictures. Blow up a huge picture of yourself and put it right in front of his bed. So you can always do that. Just anything inexpensive. I mean, I totally get the wanting to do things on a budget, because
College is expensive.
college is already expensive. Exactly. And you don't need your dorm room to just add on a ton more expenses there. And then I don't know if the school officials will love this idea, but peel and stick wallpaper I think is a great thing as well. So you could think about maybe getting a couple of rolls of that and just putting it on those closet doors. It was what it looks like, or some kind of a wardrobe. I would maybe just put some color or something with a pattern there as well. I hope that's somewhat helpful. Start there, and then let's see what you think. If you still need more help, send us some updated pictures.
I just transitioned back to that first photo for anybody who might have missed it. And as a recap, you said rug, some artwork, some color to the wall, and then peel and stick wallpaper.
Yes, which is all the rage these days. Wallpaper is really making a comeback.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, but I'm not a designer, so I'm just gonna let you have that one.
But I think wallpaper has made some improvements from back in its original heyday.
Okay.
So, and a lot of people are doing the peel and stick kind of thing, because if you get tired of it, you just rip it off the wall and you move on with your life.
So I'm transitioning back.
Okay. I love that question. Oh, decorating my dorm rooms in college was one of my favorite things. It was always very fun.
I didn't live in dorms, so
No?
I never got that experience. I'm still stuck in my transition. There we go. These transitions are taking a long time for some reason today. Jen just responded again saying that wallpaper is making a comeback.
Jen, you're my friend, girl. Oh
clearly
my gosh,
you-
we're even now. You
Yep,
have one and I
that's
have
true,
one.
that's true.
Okay, so we need a tiebreaker question.
Well, I'm sure we'll come up with one.
We
We've got a
hopefully
little
we
bit of time.
will.
So where are we? We're on the $10,000
Yes,
budget.
10,000.
Where are we in this design?
So I've added a piece in these side against the longer wall here. I've added an end table. And here in a minute, I'm going to add some lamps and a piece of artwork as well.
Never underestimate good lighting.
Oh, no, it makes all the difference. It really does. And especially having some lighting on eye level as well really changes things. It really does. What?
Jen says, not saying it's my style, but it's coming back and it's more modern. It's not the 80s wallpaper that you were thinking of.
Exactly. It is definitely more modern, and I think people are finding like some interesting ways to use it too. Like I've seen a lot of pictures and things online of people putting brace yourself, wallpaper on the ceiling.
On the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay.
How fun is that?
I guess that beats popcorn ceiling, right?
Oh, I think anything beats popcorn ceiling.
Popcorn ceiling. I don't know. It's a thing. I hate it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, would you say that some people are using it as like an accent wall too?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think people are using it because you used to see a lot of like these painted accent walls and things like that, shiplap accent walls, and now I think people are moving into this. I'm thrilled with it. Wallpaper accent walls or. I've seen some really cool people take like a small powder room or half bath, things that are like kind of tucked off in their house, things that aren't like a main area, laundry room, things like that, and use wallpaper in there as well, which I think, especially like in a laundry room, who loves being in their laundry room? Not me, but I think if I had some pretty wallpaper in there, I'd love it a little bit more.
That's a good point.
So I'm going to go ahead and add in some lamps here on my end tables because I did add another end table here on this side. I'm not sure if I said that or not.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't realize until I got the home I live in now, is how important lighting is.
Yeah, for sure.
I never really thought of it, and now like my living area where I have my Aspen sectional, I have I think 4 different sources of light, because it's almost like a sunroom, so I get natural light in there too, and then I have recessed lighting. I have a ceiling fan that has lighting, and I have 3 lamps positioned around the room.
Perfect.
That are smart lighting, right? So I can adjust them however I want.
Yeah.
And essentially, it depends on what mood I'm going for. If I'm trying to watch a movie, like a scary movie, I love scary movies, I'll keep it dim, right?
Yeah.
And then if I'm trying to get some work done, I want it bright.
Right. Exactly.
So it really changes the room.
For sure.
For whatever mood you're trying to
Absolutely.
accomplish.
Yeah, I think it's always nice to have some lighting at eye level. So if you want to sit in there and work or read or cross stitch or whatever it may be, you've got some lighting right there so you can see exactly what you're doing, which is nice.
And we got another comment here from Michael,
Okay.
Who clearly has not been watching us this whole time.
Okay.
He just said, "Is that a tool available on your website to visualize, layout, and design? Would love to use that. We're in a market for a couch ourselves."
Yeah.
At least what we call them, sofas.
Yes.
First of all. But yes, Michael, this is a 100% free software that you can use on LazyBoy's website called the 3D Design Planner?
Room planner?
Room planner?
Yes.
One of us should know the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you just go to LazyBoy's website, it's free for everyone to use. You can build your own rooms. You can use existing rooms, and it has, I would assume, every LazyBoy piece between tables, furniture, artwork, anything that you need.
Yeah, it's got, for sure, it has all of our frames, our sofas, sectionals, chairs, ottomans, things like that. And then they're getting it to a point where all the tables are in there. I hear that at some point it'll have rugs in there and more products like that. But if you can't find exactly what you want from LazyBoy in like the table section, there are tons of options as far as like these placeholder tables, so you can see what size you need. By the way, welcome. We're having a fabulous time in here.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Michael.
Thank you very much.
And if you have been here this whole time, just not paying attention, I apologize. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can pull up a link for that and just add it right here in the comment section.
Yeah.
So that people can save it. It is a very useful tool.
Absolutely.
This is why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Because it's a useful tool.
I'm going to go ahead and add in a coffee table to this room as well.
Let me see if I can do this without crashing my computer.
Everyone cross your fingers.
Yes. Cross your fingers, pray.
I'm going to go ahead and add some artwork in between the windows here. I think I want something a little bit smaller than that.
Michael is asking if we deliver to Virginia.
No.
No? Okay.
No. Where in Virginia would be my question.
That would be a good question.
Yeah.
It would depend on where in Virginia. I'm sure there's a cutoff, but because our stores are located in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. We do deliver outside of our network, but I think there is a cutoff at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to follow up on that, there is just let us know like the general area. You don't have to give us your entire address,
Right.
Unless you really want to, but make sure you add in your social security number as well.
Maybe even like a credit card number or something too. I need to be close.
I think it's under inspiration, isn't it?
It
Cool.
Well, get to a different way than our website, but I think it's up at the top where we turn. Let me see your thing.
I'm afraid it's gonna crash my computer if I flip
okay.
it over.
Oh, okay.
There it is. It's under design services.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
All right, so here's the link. Let me see. Let me figure out how I can. Oh, and I forgot about that too. You can create an account for free, and it saves all of your designs.
Yep, exactly. So I'm just playing with some different artwork options here. This is, where things start to get fun here is when you're adding in accessories and seeing what size things you need where and really starting to complete the room that way. All right, so I'm thinking this is going to be about our $10,000 limit here. So again, we've added a piece to our sectional. We've added another end table. We've put lamps on our end tables. I've added a coffee table and artwork. So again, here we have a more completed and finished room.
So Mike has replied.
Okay.
He says, no problem. I'll check out your site. I enjoy the content. Thanks. So
That's awesome.
He sends thanks to you, Ellie.
Perfect. Well, thank you for being here.
Mike, I'm going to add this. I've got the link for you. So I'm going to add this to the comment section. I'm just trying to pull it up without crashing the computer that I'm streaming off of. It's a tough job to put on this show. There we go. All right, and there it is. So there's the link for anybody who wants to use a 3D planner. Yes, that is the right link. So if you click on that, it'll bring you right to it. It might ask you to sign up for an account. Now back to Ellie.
Yes.
So
back to
you
me.
completed the $10,000 room.
Yes, here we are again with our $10,000 look here. Again, we've completed our sectional, end tables, coffee table, artwork, and so on.
Very cool.
Okay.
Let's move on to the $15,000 room. And of course, this doesn't mean you have to stop at $15,000.
Right.
If you want,
you can keep going.
You can absolutely keep going. And if you do, make sure you call us.
Call me. All right. I am going to add an accent table. I'm going to put it on this side instead. To the side of my chair here. And in both designs, I've added accent chairs opposite of wherever the like main seating is. A lot of times that helps to balance out that side of the room, because especially like with this sectional, it feels really heavy towards that left side of the room. So that this helps to pull the eye back over to this side as well, so that it doesn't feel like lopsided or especially heavy in one area.
One question I have with, there's always a focal point for every room. It's a big thing, right? And majority of focal points for living rooms nowadays, it's the TV, right? So in this scenario right here, you've got this sectional and then that accent chair across from it. Wouldn't you assume that the TV is going to be right above that fireplace?
Yes.
Yeah. So what would you do in that instance for that accent table or accent chair?
Yeah. So here's the thing. A lot of times, like, an accent chair isn't going to be used on a normal basis, like on an everyday basis. A lot of, like, let's say this family is just mainly going to sit on the sectional, and then the accent chair just becomes a place for someone to sit when guests come over, family comes over, that kind of thing. So now let's say we want to use this room. We're having people over, and we're going to watch the Masters. I don't know. Just something relevant. So we can turn this chair around here, put it over to the other side of this table here, and now everyone can see the TV very comfortably. Another solution, this chair just doesn't happen to be one, but another solution would be a swivel chair.
Swivel, yep.
Yes.
I knew that's where you're
Yeah, I know.
I love my swivel
Oh,
chairs.
I love a swivel chair. It's so comforting, especially like if you get it with the swivel glider, because then you just sit there and like rock yourself to sleep, basically.
The only problem I have with swivel gliders though is that if you try to move it,
it can be a little bit of a bear to
stubborn.
move,
Yeah.
but find someone else to help you move it, and then it's absolutely perfect. So
I think it's a good point to go ahead and stop you.
yes,
We got another email.
Fabulous.
We got it a minute ago, but
'Kay.
we were on a roll,
'Kay.
so I put us on hold here. So this email is from Yvonne,
Okay.
and essentially that transition actually worked that time. So essentially, it is just a floor plan.
Okay.
So it seems like they have not even built the house yet.
Okay.
So it's brand new.
Okay.
And the question is, I have a 12-foot wide by 11-foot long area for seating due to doorways and existing bar. Any suggestions for maximizing the seating? Okay, so it is already built.
Okay.
That's what it
Okay.
sounds-
Okay.
Did you understand that question though?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, okay. So what do you recommend here?
Anyone who ever mentions that they want to maximize seating, and it's funny that we get this question now because because we're working with a sectional. But anyone who ever mentions maximizing seating and it works in their floor plan, a sectional is the way to go. You can seat a ton of people and not a lot of space. So that would be tip number one. Maximizing seating is a lot of people's goal, especially if this is going to be more of like a hangout room or things like that. So another thing you can do is add an ottoman or a small like cube ottomans that you can use when there aren't a ton of people there to put your feet up on. But then also when you've got a lot of people over, now it becomes extra seating for you. So we have several ottoman options. So, several things to work off of there.
So now, where would you place that seating in this floor here?
So I would start the sectional. If we picture like here's your 11-foot wall, I would start it on the 11-foot and bring it out to the middle of the room where it's facing the fireplace. So that way you're not interfering with the bar or the sliding doors. You keep all of that really open. And also too, like, you can put a long sofa table behind the back of the sectional. So now it becomes a place for people to reach back and set a drink down. which is nice because like in the middle of a sectional, you're kind of like in no man's land. Like you don't have an end table, so you're just like stuck holding your things. So that gives you a place to reach back and set a drink down.
Yeah, and it'd be right where those sliding doors essentially open.
Yeah.
So it also can be your where you walk in, you drop your keys.
Like a landing zone.
Yeah, landing
yeah.
zone. Thank you.
Yeah.
You've got all the technical terms.
Yeah, not all of them. Some of them I just make up and make them sound like they're right.
Well, they sound right to me.
Another thing to keep in mind too is at your bar, you can go ahead and put some more comfortable bar stools, something maybe that has a back or that swivels, so that now those can be brought into the room as well and be utilized as extra seating.
And before I transition over, I don't know, Yvonne, if you're watching, I don't know what program you used to make this floor plan, but there is this cool free program from lazboy where you can build it in 3D and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And now that you know that, so I expect you to send
more
out
you know.
updates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that you sent the floor plan. That's so cool. It's nice to just see and say, this is what you can do. Here are some options for you.
I mean, how much easier is it for you to do your job with a floor plan from like the builder?
Like 9,000 times
Right. 'Cause
easier.
you don't have to go out and measure the floors or anything.
Exactly.
Like that. It's
Yeah.
already done for you.
Yeah. And which is a way that we can help you with your living room is if you have a floor plan like that. Super convenient, super easy.
And it's precise.
Yes,
Very
exactly. So you know exactly what it's going to look like, how that sectional is going to lay out, what it looks like with the ottoman, so on and so on.
Okay. Well, let's wrap up this
Okay.
$15,000 floor plan.
Okay, let's do it.
Because we are now at an hour. That went very quickly.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. We're at
Oh man,
somewhere close to an hour. Yeah, because it's 7-Eleven.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And
well,
you were worried we weren't going to fill the whole
I
time.
know.
So.
I told him, I was like, this may only last a couple of minutes because I don't know if I have a lot to say. Famous last words. I think I always end up having a lot to say. Well, it's great too with like people sending in questions.
Of course. Yeah.
That is super helpful to help fill up a little bit of time and obviously help people as well.
And a reminder to anybody who's watching now or watches this after we're off the air, this is going to be a regular show. Feel free to send in your content, send in questions about your living space, or if you just want to show off your furniture, you can send that over to falive@lzbse.com.
Absolutely.
I really got to make a graphic for that.
Yes. So that people can just see it and we don't have to you don't have to spell it out.
So if you're just tuning in now, because I see that we may have gotten an extra person or so, feel free to ask those questions. We are about to wrap up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sadly.
But we'll be back with the next episode.
Yes. And if you have any ideas of things you would like to see as well, send those our way because I like to think we're fairly creative people, but we sometimes, hit a little roadblock in the brain.
You never know when someone's going to have an issue that we haven't seen yet.
Right, exactly.
Or that might be more common that we just haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us solve your problems for you live on air.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, so what are you adding? You're adding some life here.
Yeah, I'm bringing in our finishing touches, our accessories. I'm bringing in some greenery in some different places in the room and helping to just complete everything and finish everything off. That's not what I want. They've added in recently a good amount of table decor, and so that's fun to look through as well. Help you at least get some ideas of how you can accessorize things, how you can stage little, small vignettes of books and accessories, and kind of go from there. So I've enjoyed seeing the new things they've added. And here's where you can start bringing things in, taking things out. Like if you've been watching me, I've brought things in, didn't like the way it looked or the scale of it, and deleted it, taken it out because there's something better out there. Okay.
Is that complete?
I think this is it. I think she's ready.
So that's what $15,000 will get you. That is a complete room.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more complete than my room. I've been there for 2 years.
It takes time.
It does.
You
Yeah.
know, it does take time.
I add piece by piece as I go along.
It takes time.
Yeah.
It does. So here she is. Here's the finished look. And also, too, something to note, I haven't done it in here just because we were kind of doing this a little bit more organically, but you can change the fabric on the sectional. You can change the pillow fabric. You can change the chair fabric. So you can exactly see what it's going to look like. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Especially since there are over 900 covers they can put on this furniture.
Yes.
It's insane. You'll get lost. That's why I just went with what was in the store. Because I was like, I'll spend days and just never to make a decision.
Exactly. And for a lot of people too, that ends up becoming the overwhelming portion because there are so many options and they're all right in front of your eyes. So I think maybe eliminating some of the options and seeing things in here can really help with that.
Absolutely.
All
Any
right.
last thoughts? Any advice for somebody who might be on a budget or?
I think again, if you're on a budget, start with your main pieces: your sofa and love seat, your rug, and end table. Things that are going to make the most difference, but are going to give you a solid foundation and starting point. Mm-hmm. That's my biggest tip. And I mean, because I work with a lot of people all the time who have, a tighter budget, and
especially these days.
Exactly.
Post-COVID is a budget world.
It is a
budget
exactly.
world.
People are a lot more conscious about what they spend. So, definitely start with those things that are going to make the most difference. That's always my biggest tip.
All right. I think that's going to wrap us, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate anybody who came in and watched us. We would like to continue doing this. I'm having fun. Ellie, I'm assuming you're having fun too.
Having a blast.
We're going to try doing this once a month at least, and if it starts to pick up, we'll do more.
Absolutely.
If you have any content ideas, like if you want to see something, we'll put that together for you. Just, again, email. If you have any questions about own design stuff, email. Or join in and ask us live right here on the next episode. Right now, I believe our next episode is going to be how to design a room that is size constraint.
Yes.
That is not very large. Maybe an apartment, a dorm room. Maybe we'll do both. Maybe we'll do both.
Maybe we'll do both.
Yeah, maybe a submarine. Who knows?
Oh my God, that's maybe a stretch.
So don't stay on the lookout for us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell, because if you hit the bell, you're gonna get an update on when we go live and every video.
And what's better than that?
That's
I mean,
right.
really.
Yeah. We post a lot of videos. We do roughly 5 to 6 a month. So if that interests you, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions afterwards is over, go ahead and leave those in the comment section. We'll be sure to answer those for you as well.
We'll get back to you.
And I think that's going to do it for us.
Yay! Well, this has been so much fun. Thanks for joining us, and we will see everyone real soon.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good night. Rest of the week.